So we're continuing a tour of some of the upcoming features for a future feature pack that will be released for the dialog component, and we've shown here how we can add a search to the dialog controls. So let's go back now to design, and you can see here that we've added a bunch of controls here. Search FN, search LN, search state. So these controls are not bound to data. So unlike all of these controls over here, these controls are all data bound controls. On the other hand, these controls over here are just simply input controls where the user can type in some data, and then we have a button here called search, and if we go and look at how that button was defined, again, that button now uses a new action in action scripting. This action, of course, will only be available if you have the feature pack. But what this action does is let you specify which controls on the dialog contain the search fields. So you can see here that when I press this button, I'm going to go back to the server and go fetch primary keys. And the primary keys will be loaded into memory so that I can then navigate through the rows using next and previous. And now I've gone over here and I've said that when I hit this button, the filter to compute which primary keys to send back to the browser should be computed from data that was submitted from the dialog. I could also go and type in an explicit filter if I wanted, but right now I want to actually go and I want to submit the data in the control called search FN, and when I do that I want to go and search in a field in the underlying table called first name, and I want to perform a contains in search. For last name I want to go the search LN control, I want to go search in the last name field, and again I want to do a contains in search, whereas for state I want to search in the bill state region field, but here I want to support QBF syntax. So you can see if I go now and save this and then go back to working preview and then go here and show my search part, since I'm supporting QBF syntax, now I can type in California, comma, New York, and then hit the search button, and you can see now I've got both California and New York found in my list. I can further filter this list by going here to say first name and typing in say an A and then hit search, and so now basically I've gone back to all people that have either name or California or New York in their names. So now going back again to the builder, you can see I've got all of these controls over here, these navigation controls. I have two sets of navigation controls, some with buttons, some with text, and some without text. And so these are those controls all over here. You can see over there, and those were just simply placed on the dialog by going to defined controls, and you can see built into the defined controls here are record navigation buttons and record navigation icons. So if I go to any particular control there, say next, and then go look at the JavaScript, is just calling a navigate record next method of the dialog object. So this is a quick preview of some of the stuff we're working on for a future feature pack in the dialog component. Thanks very much.